Hello everyone and welcome back to Writing Guy. So here's what happened. I opened Instagram as usual, scrolled for maybe 2 minutes, and suddenly I was convinced that I was behind in life. Everyone was somewhere, a beach, a party, a business launch, a wedding, a book tour, a mountain, a microphone, a private jet, a rooftop dinner. Some guy I barely know is drinking champagne in Paris like it's just another Thursday. And me, I was on my couch eating cold noodles, thinking about maybe going outside. That's the thing about FOMO. It doesn't knock. It just walks in, drops it back on your chest and asks, "You sure you're doing enough? You sure this is how you want to live your life? You sure this isn't the moment that everyone is pulling ahead and you're just watching?" It's sneaky, it wears different masks. Sometimes it looks like ambition, sometimes it looks like self aware, but most times it's just insecurity dressed up like opportunity. So let's talk about that. FOMO, or the fear of missing out, isn't a new thing. It's just louder now. Before we heard about what we've missed days later, someone would tell you about the party, the event, and thing that happened. And you would feel a little pang, but you moved on. Now, you're seeing it in real time. Your ex is laughing in a yacht party. Your coworker is flexing her new side hustle. Your friend's startup just hit six figures. And somehow everyone found time to go hiking before 7 a.m. You're not just missing one thing, you're missing everything. At least that's how it feels. But perhaps this is the truth. You can't be anywhere. You can't do everything. You're going to miss out, and you're supposed to miss out. And that's part of choosing. When you choose one path, you let go of 1,000 others. When you commit to one life, you give up a million alternatives. And that's not a tragedy. That's focus, that's clarity, and that's adulthood. So, why do we feel it so damn hard? I think part of the problem is we don't know what enough looks like anymore. Before, enough was having a job, some people you care about, and something to look forward to on a weekend. And that was enough. Now, enough is 6 income streams. Enough is being in your best shape and reading philosophy. Enough is traveling constantly while also being present. Enough is building a brand and healing your inner child. We're all walking around with this invisible checklist we didn't even write. And every time we scroll, we're adding more boxes. Oh, I should be doing cold plunges. I should getting into real estate. I should move to Maldives. I don't know. I should really start a podcast like I'm doing right now, I guess. Nobody's telling you to stay still, but nobody's telling you that chasing everything will leave you with nothing either. Most of the time when we feel FOMO, we're not actually jealous of the thing. We're jealous of what we think that thing means. You don't want a trip to Japan. You want to feel free. You want to feel spontaneous and alive. You don't want a new car. You want to feel successful, respected, and admired. You don't want to be at the beach party. You want to feel like you belong somewhere. People admiring you, like you're being loved. People want you around. So we chase these symbols, these proofs that we matter. And it makes sense because everywhere we look, we're being told to matter more, to grow more, to do more, to post more. But the feeling we're looking for, it doesn't come from more. It comes from enough. And enough is something you define internally, not externally. There's something that I go back to every time I want to buy a new pen. When I look at some people with their new fancy unboxing video, that is, comparison is the thief of joy. Yeah, we've heard it before. But let me flip it. Comparison is also the thief of direction. Because when you spend your days looking at what everyone else is doing, you forget where you were trying to go in the first place. It's like starting a trip to the Maldives, but halfway there, you turn your plane around, you go to Bali instead, and you swerve. Then when you see someone going to the Philippines, you change course, and before you know it, you run out of fuel, and you drop. FOMO has a cost, not just emotionally, but financially. So here's the practice I've been doing. It's simple, but it's real. Before I say yes to anything, I asked, do I actually want this? Or do I just not want to be left out? If I didn't see it online, do I need it? Do I even care? And you'll be surprised how much of your desire is just algorithmic secondhand smoke. Let's talk about silence for a second, because silence is where you actually let yourself speak up. You are scared of missing out, so we fill every gap. Standing in line, you scroll. Sitting in bed, you scroll. Waiting for the kettle to boil, you scroll. We're terrified of the in-between, but it's in the in-between that clarity lives. That moment when you realize, actually, I'm happy not looking at the phone right now. When you create space, you realize that not everything you can do is something you should do. And not everything that looks like a blessing is meant for you. So, how do you feel when you are not FOMO in everything? You stop chasing the highlight, and maybe it's counterintuitive, but you fall back into some sort of like a boredom state of mind. The coffee video that didn't go viral, the book you read in bed that nobody's pressing like for, the walk that has no soundtrack, no background music, the work that nobody clapped for, and the dinner that you made that tastes ever so better than the one you made yesterday, but only you know about it. That's your real life. And that's the stuff people will miss you for. And if you're gonna miss something, miss that online trend, miss the party, miss that fake urgency to be everything to everyone, because you don't need to be invited to everything. And finally, I'm not saying to delete your apps and become a hermit in a mountain. I'm saying that what you see online is what people want you to see online. Discipline your focus, like your peace depends on it, because it kind of does. You're not behind, you're not broken, You're not boring for wanting a simple life. You are where you are supposed to be. You're allowed to miss out. You're allowed to say no. You're allowed to not care. And the next time when you feel FOMO creeping in, say something to yourself. I'm not missing out. I'm not meant to be there. I choose not to be there, and I'm here. And here are some questions for you to write for yourself. What's something I've been chasing recently? And do I actually want it? When was the last time I felt deeply satisfied without needing anyone else to notice? What parts of my life bring me peace, even if they're not impressive to others? Where in my life do I feel like I'm performing instead of living? If I stop checking social media for a week, what do I really want to do with my time? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. And for more reading, writing, and other related content, please visit awritingguy.com. There are free stuff for you there, so check it out. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.